NXT Great American Bash. You probably won't watch it because there's that much actual wrestling going on at the minute, and I'm pretty sure you'll actually choose WWE's main show, or you'll choose AEW's biggest show of All In. But I've predicted 3 other shows: All In, Saturday Night's Main Event, and Evolution, so why not? I'm going to be watching it somehow. Don't know when, don't know where, don't know. No, I know why, because I like it. So, 5 matches have been announced. Let's talk through them. Just a random guess. I've written them down so I can remember them. Right. The first match is Jasper Troy versus Javon Evans, because they attacked each other. So, Jasper Troy, with him winning the first season of LFG, has he actually won a match yet? I don't think he has. He lost to Obafemi, even though he looked dominant in it. But I think he needs to actually win to stay dominant. Otherwise, he's not actually going to be a threat to Obafemi if he can't defeat Javon Evans. Not that Javon Evans isn't great, but still, to me, it makes more sense. You need to have Jasper Troy win this one. I don't know the order of these matches, so I'll put them in a random order. But next we'll talk about the TNA World Championship contract signing between Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion of Trick Williams, and Mike Santana. I don't know why I'm saying this for, because I can't predict anything, but I'm guessing that Joe and Mike are going to put Trick Williams through a table, because that's normally what happens. That's going to be happening, though, in a triple threat match, obviously, on TNA Slammiversary. I believe the Sunday, which is closest to the 20th of July or the 18th. Whatever date falls around near that time. I forgot, but I will be watching it, though, because it looks pretty good so far. Then we have the North American Championship. Sol Ruka defending her North American Championship, the women's version, obviously, because it's women, okay, versus Izzy Dame. Now, with Izzy Dame being part of the Culling, I believe that faction's called, yep, right, it's possible she could win. And obviously Sol Ruka's got a tag team title match the night afterwards with Zarya in the Fatal 4-Way match for the Women's Tag Team Championships. So maybe if she loses the title here, she could win the tag team titles. But I don't see that. What I do see is her retaining it, because I do think eventually we're going to get Sol Ruka versus Zarya for the North American Championship. Eventually. That's pretty much my only logic for that one. Nice, plain and simple. Considering we've already talked about the Women's North American Championship, let's talk about the Men's North American Championship. Ricky Saints, the former North American champion, won a gauntlet match against Evolve's faction. I don't know what they're called. Ethan Page's friends. Yeah, I don't really care about the name either. But so he got to choose the stipulation. He chose the stipulation of a Falls Count Anywhere match. I thought, okay, different. You can pin them anywhere, because Falls Count Anywhere. So Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page. Ethan Page is currently your North American champion. I do think that Ricky Saints is actually going to win this, but I also think that faction is going to get involved. My guess is if Ethan retains, okay, he will not be in Seth's new faction on Saturday Night's Main Event. But if Ethan loses it, then he's going to be in Seth's faction. That's hard for me to say. This one probably seems a bit confusing, but yeah, I'm going to go for Ricky Saints to be your new North American champion. 2-time. Then we have a tag team match. To me, this one's quite difficult, and I'll explain why. You've got Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe versus Fatal Influence. JC Jane, the NXT Women's Champion, and Fallon Henley with Jasmine Nix. Okay, so in the tag team, for me, okay, you've got Blake Monroe in a debut match, so to me, she should win. That kind of makes it a bit silly if she lost. But then I don't see Jordan Grace winning twice, because I've predicted Jordan Grace to actually win the NXT Championship at Evolution. So to me, I've either got to say Blake Monroe's going to lose her debut match, or Jordan Grace is going to win twice. But considering it's a tag team match, I am going to predict Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe, but I'm going to predict that Blake Monroe gets the pinfall on Jasmine Nix, so those two basically can set up a feud. It's probably bad you shouldn't have your champion pinned before the night she loses the championship, in my prediction. But yeah, I'm going to go for Blake Monroe, and she's going to pin JC Jane. Then we have the, I assume, main event. Obafemi versus Yoshiki Inamura. Hopefully I got that right. So, Inamura won a #1 contenders match, because originally he pinned Trick Williams, who was your TNA World Champion, but he gave his title shot to his friend, tag team partner, Josh Briggs, and then he decided he wanted to go for the NXT title, so he challenged over Femi, but then Jasper Troy wanted a match. Inamura defeated Jasper Troy, and now he's your #1 contender. But the way I see this going is Oba Femi is going to defeat Inamura, because I feel like he's just going to go through everyone to the point where it's like, I've got no one else to defeat, no one else to beat, I've beat everyone, I've done it all, then either someone returns or he goes to the actual main roster. That's how I see that going. But I also do see, okay, Josh Briggs costing Inamura the actual championship. Maybe a heel turn, maybe by mistake. I don't know exactly, but I can just see Josh Briggs costing Inamura the championship, and obviously Oba Femi still basically being the ruler of NXT. So those are my predictions. Let me run through them quickly again. Okay, so we're going to say Jasper Troy, Sol Ruka, Ricky Saints, Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe, and Oba Femi. Those are my predictions. Plain and simple, nothing else to really say. I don't see anything massive happening, because obviously all the other wrestling that's going on. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm going to enjoy watching the show anyway. So let me know what you think of this video. Tell me what you think of my predictions. Let me know your predictions, all the other good boring stuff. I'm going to end it there. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.